I'll be the first to say I don't like to work, and I know a lot of you guys can agree. That's why when I was working at Netflix dealing with horrible customers all day, I envied those people who could just wake up, go about their day, and they already earned $300 by the end of the day and they didn't have to really lift a finger. Thankfully, I'm actually that person now, and the only way it was possible was through selling digital products. And that's why if you look at my channel, I preach about this day and night because it's one of the best tickets to real non-scammy passive income there is. But look, I know how hard it could be to actually know what to sell. Like there's 100 ideas out there that people are telling you on YouTube, but I want to go over some incredibly realistic and not overly saturated digital products that you could start today. If you want more information on selling digital products, everything on my channel, people literally put behind courses and stuff like that. No, I'm giving you the real tea, so go ahead and check out that channel. This first niche was one that I got into early on, and it made me money within the first day of putting up my product. Now, the product that I put up was during a time where there was a lot of political tension. We know how 2020 was, okay? Well, I was one to actually capitalize on that through making political themed clothing. The reason why this is so good, guys, is because it is timeless. It is never saturated, okay? There's always something new going on in politics that you could capitalize on. The reason that this works is because people are emotionally attached to different causes, different identities, and different movements. When people buy these products, they're not only buying a product, they're buying an identity, they're buying a cause, they're buying a purpose, something that they could really put their heart behind, so they will pay that money to show who they are and what they support. This is also a great niche because these posts go viral, guys. Anything where you're really tapping into people's emotions, their identities, you know, their politics, whatever it is, you're gonna have an easier time to market those because it's so easy to go viral. You probably don't need to pay for ads at all, and you could go viral based on organic content and then direct people to your store. When I say politics, it doesn't have to just be like politics in the way that you think. It could be any type of identity that people latch onto, any type of culture, even religion that people latch onto. Anything where people are like in a group and they feel very strongly about something, you can capitalize on. This is especially great because I'm sure it taps into what you're excited about and who you are. So you could also make money from something that is like purpose driven. This type of digital product is going to be print on demand. This is where you have your whole e-commerce shop and everything. It looks like a normal brand, but you are not creating the products. You're not shipping them. A different company like Printify is doing that for you. When you're creating your website, I want you to focus on story driven brand messaging. When people land on your website, you don't want them to look at you like you're just another brand. No, they need to be like, oh, I'm home now. This is for me. And that is how you're going to build loyal customers. This next niche is one of my favorites, but we see what's going on in the world, okay? Economically, things are really all over the place. And whenever there is a problem, what did I say earlier? We can offer a solution. And when we offer a solution, well, that's where the money is for us. So right now, financially, what are we going through? We're going through inflation. We're going through layoffs. People are saying recession, okay? And so the type of products that we're gonna offer center around helping people in this area. And notice that I said helping people because I love the quote that says, help 1 million people, make $1 million. We're gonna help people by creating digital products around finance. This could be planners. This could even be something like, I'm learning to trade right now, and I was looking for a Notion trading journal so I can track all my education and everything that I learned just around trading. I was looking for a Notion template like that, and like there's really not that many, right? So we can get creative and kind of niche down even further. Maybe I want to create digital products for aspiring traders, right? Maybe I want to create digital products helping people manage money, save money, protect their money through investments. There's a community that I'm involved in. It's called FIRE, Financial Independence Retire Early. But even within there, there's Expat FIRE, which is just people who want to retire early in a different country, right? Because you need a lot less money to retire somewhere like Costa Rica. This could be a niche that you focus on, and it is very underserved. You could focus on different types of budgeting. So maybe it's budgeting for travelers, maybe it's budgeting for digital nomads, maybe it's budgeting for students. It doesn't have to be just budgeting, saving money, making money, or protecting your money. People are always going to need help with that, and people are always going to be looking for tools to help them do any of these things better. You don't have to be some type of guru. You don't have to be teaching people. Just create a template, a journal, a roadmap, a guide, an ebook, a something to help in one of these areas. When you're creating these products, we don't want to just slap it on Etsy. I mean, you guys know how much I don't like Etsy, okay? We don't want to just slap it on Amazon or something like that. We're a business and we want the most money that we can get, right? So we want to establish our own website. This is going to make us look the most professional, and we're also going to have control over our product, because when you slap that thing on Etsy, you're competing against millions of other sellers, and Etsy is actively showing them. Like if you go to an Etsy listing, they click on yours, there's a little part that's like other stores that you may like, and it's suggesting other stores. We don't want that. We want to own our own real estate and have control over it, and also charge the prices that we want to charge. This is why I suggest signing up for your own website, and I always suggest going with Hostinger. This is because Hostinger is not only very affordable, especially for beginners, but it has so many powerful tools. For Hostinger, their plans start at just $3.99 a month, and you get so many features. You get up to 50 websites, you get a free domain, you get an AI website builder, an AI image generator, you get e-commerce tools, and 0% transaction fees, so you can keep more money in your pocket. And they have various different plans, so you can sign up for 12 months, 48 months, 1 month, but I suggest going with the 48-month plan. This is because you get more bang for your buck, especially knowing like, okay, I bought 4 years up front, I don't have to worry about anything for the next 4 years. Whatever plan you choose, you're going to pay up front, and if you use the code ENERGY, then you get a 10% discount code. Once you sign up, we're going to click on create a website, and then we're going to use Hostinger's website builder. Now you do get a domain included, so just choose the domain name that you feel like works best for your business, or choose a temporary domain. You don't have to be a techie person, guys. We can let AI create our website for us by entering our brand name and a detailed description about our business. The more detailed, the better. Then we're going to press on create a website, and the AI is going to go to work. You could also use the pre-made templates as well. When the AI creates our website, it's going to create this standard version based on our description, but we can go in and customize that further by pressing on continue, and then we could click on edit website. Now, if I want to change anything here, I can change it with just a click of a button. So if I want to change the image, for example, I can go ahead and replace that image with Hostinger's stock footage, or I can use my own footage, but the stock footage just comes included. If I want to change the text, I can just change the text by clicking on it. If I wanted to, add some products of my own, I'm going to click on manage store, and then I'm going to click on add a product, and I can see that there's so many different types of products. I have physical products, digital products, I have appointments that I can even add, physical products I can add, donations. The opportunities are really endless. I'd say it'd probably take you like an hour or two to get your website up and running, so the link for that is going to be in my description. Thank you so much to Hostinger for sponsoring this part of the video. This next one, it is a hot niche, okay? No pun intended. This next niche is for the uggos. Okay, well, not for the uggos, but we're helping the uggos, okay? Right now, pretty privilege is a really big topic. Everybody's talking about it, okay? The culture is really shifting, and people, they're not into the body positivity anymore, okay? They're saying, no, make me pretty because I need to get a promotion. I need to get more dating options. I need to get this, I need to get that. And they're looking at beauty as currency. So people now more than ever are investing in glowing up and beauty. For people who want to capitalize on this niche, you can create a channel or a blog or something that offers science-backed beauty glow up tips. And what I've seen people doing, because you guys are like, what? People could pay for it? Yes, they pay for it. What I've seen people doing is they're offering beauty audits. They do a few things. Somebody will send you a picture of them, and they will pay you to Photoshop it to make them look like their ideal selves, and then tell them, okay, in order to achieve this Photoshop look, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, right? They're also doing things like helping people figure out their color season and their color palette. They're doing things like helping figure out if their face is balanced and symmetrical, and they're doing it all, okay? They're not playing around because they're trying to get that pretty privilege. You can also sell things like tracker systems, right? So helping people track their glow up, helping people track their habits, helping people like I actually did this for a friend. It was super fun. Like she told me, Energy, I want to fix this and that, honey. She got a whole Notion template, a tracker, everything. I said, oh, this is unbalanced. If you're looking for inspiration, one big channel that does this is Cove Studio. They're really good at what they do. So if you look at that and you're like, you know what, this is interesting. I think I could actually, capitalize on this some way, then it's a really good niche to serve. Honestly, the options are really endless when it comes to digital products because there will always be people who need help. People always ask me, Energy, I'm from Africa, I'm from Asia, I'm from Latin America, I'm from wherever. How can I make money? Well, this next side hustle is one wherever you live, you can do it. Kind of on the same vibe that we've been on, a lot of people, they're moving abroad, whether they're moving to America, whether they're moving to Europe, whether they're moving to Asia. Globalization is just so hot right now. But the problem is that information is so scattered around. Take it from somebody who's trying to go through this process, right? I've been living outside of the US for like 7 years now, and I'm trying to go through this process still. It is so hard to really move and create a life abroad. So if you're a person that could help solve problems for this demographic, then you are really gonna be on the money. Now, what does this even look like? Well, this could be digital guides or ebooks about relocating to your city. This is good, especially if you have relocated, but even if you haven't relocated, if you're a local there and you can put together a local vibe, honey, you know the places and the things and the people and the connections and stuff that other people and other blogs and stuff, they don't really know. If you know all that, then you could put together that information in a guide. You could also include things like how to get a SIM card. For example, like people going to Costa Rica, they don't really know like, how do I get a SIM card? How do I learn the language? What are the customs? What is the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do? How do I settle in and actually live here and become a part of the community? They want to know about, real estate connections and stuff like that, how to get a house. They want to know all of that. And if you're a person who's very connected in your city, or you just know things about your city that somebody moving from Arkansas is not going to know, well, you better put together that in an ebook or a guide. When you're creating content, whether that be in a blog or social media or whatever, you're going to establish yourself as a trusted source, answer people's question in a video or a blog, and they're going to start reaching out to you. This is what I did when I moved to Mexico. And after living there for about a year, I made a moving to Mexico course and I sold that and also had consultations as well. This next niche is where the money is, okay? Sometimes when you are selling to everyday people, it might be a bit harder to sell to them because they might not have money, right? Things are tight. But when you target this next niche, there is a lot of money for you to make. B2B customers means business to business customers. This is when you, as a business, sell to other businesses. How does this work for digital products? Well, maybe as a business, like me, for example, I might need some kind of spreadsheet to track, my money or something. I might need a Notion template to track my content creation business. I might need some kind of tools to create my next course or my next digital product. Businesses have money. They have a business bank account, right? That is specifically for business needs. So if you target other businesses and you can help them create a product, you sell it for $100 and this product goes on to make them $10,000 because of your help, well, they're of course not only going to come back to you, but they'll probably recommend you to other businesses as well. I'll just list off some examples. So you can make templates for pitch decks, for course planners, for Notion pages. I just use Notion a lot, so I always mention it. I'm somebody who talks to ChatGPT all day, every day. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but every day, definitely. So if I wanted to create AI business prompts that I then sell to real estate agents or course sellers or even content creators or even aspiring digital product sellers, 100 ChatGPT prompts to help your digital product business, I could do that. This could be something like branding kits or, drag and drop things in Canva. Honestly, The options are really endless. I would say choose the niche that you want to serve and see what will help them. What is a problem that they have and what can I create digitally that will help them? Some people are like, oh, everything is too saturated. There's nothing left I can do. If the world still has problems, then you can still come up with a solution to sell. The only time there will be nothing left to sell is if there's no problems left. And look around, honey. That ain't gonna be the case anytime soon. The most important thing for this side hustle is just to get started, because that is the first step. And a lot of people, you're thinking too much. You're in your head. You're watching. How many of my videos have you watched already, right? You're in your head all the time watching video. Just get started. Just do something. Stick with it. The money is there if you keep on going. If you guys have any questions, just comment them down below. I try to answer most of them, and I will see you guys in my next video.